Good evening everyone and welcome. This is my second attempt doing this video. I did record one earlier and posted it, and then I thought, nah, I don't like it. I took it down. It's the first time I've done that. I don't really watch my videos. I just, press record, talk about the watch, and then I'll just upload it. But for this reason, for that purpose, for some odd reason, I just watched it and I did not like it. So I put it on, I published it for like 2 seconds, took it back down. So this is my second attempt on this video. And as you saw by the thumbnail, I bought a job lot of rare game watches. And before I dive into that, I just thought I'd show you what else I bought today. So today, which is Sunday, I went to a watch fair in the UK, England, and I bought some watches. And let me show you what I bought first, and I should talk about all these here. So this is the first one. I found a stall there and it sold some Casio stuff. So this one here is called the what's it called? Like A271. I've never had one of these before. I don't think I've even heard of it. But this is it. And it's got a little light on it as well. I should imagine it's around 1985, maybe. Multi-alarm. The alarm is pretty loud on it as well. That's something I'm going to look at later. And what else I bought? I bought this Casio Tron here. Let me just give the glass a little bit of a wipe. It's in really lovely condition. The guy says he doesn't know if it's working or not. There was a battery in it and he said it was dead, but he didn't have the correct battery to change it. I don't really mess around with Casio Trons, so I did see this one and I thought I have to have it. And it was super cheap as well. One thing I would say though is a button here which works like a normal button. These two here are like recessed into the metal and you can't really press them. It's very bizarre. I don't think it's supposed to be like that. Yeah, I mean, Casio Trons are pre-80s. So I don't know if this is, not sure anything about this. It looks like the new one, the new one they brought out and they modded it off. The TRN, I think 50, looks like that. I see the gold writing here is, so this gold writing is actually letters sitting on top of the, not off the glass obviously, off the dial itself. Yeah, looks pretty cool. It's quite unusual the back to be like this. 04507. I don't know too much about them. I actually got back a little while back, so I've not really delved into them. And that's that one I bought. I also come across this one here. What's this one here called? It's called B33QS-41. Again, I don't know much about this model. I just see it, it's a good price, and you know what I'm like, I have to have a Casio. I bought this strange looking one. I've never seen one of these before. This is a Casio. It looks like it's aluminium on the outside. I don't know what year or anything about it. The back looks well engineered, and strangely, it's a twist back. I don't think it's that old because made in China. So when I first saw it, I thought, is this a fake? Is this a remodeled? I don't know. I really don't know, but I just thought I'd show you what I bought today, and look what I found as well. I found a CMD40 made in Japan, which is super rare in itself. Yeah, and this all works perfectly fine. Super duper. Oh, and I bought this one as well. It's not a Casio, but it's a Citizen. I did put a battery in it, and for some reason, look, the display just highlights like that. So either there's a short in it, like it's not working properly, but I'll take a look into it. I mean, it wasn't too much money. I think, do you know how much I paid for this? Under £10. Under. I think it was £9 something. Super cheap. Right, so today I'll give you some context. So every day I'm on the internet. It's just, as a Casio addict, I am always looking for Casios. Just love it. Just an addict. Just can't help myself. No matter how many I got, I always want more. Anyway, I come across someone starting to list, like brand new listing. I was after one of these for a long time, and there is one on eBay now in pristine condition, like almost new condition, and he wants 1,250 quid for it, which is, I would never spend that on a Casio. I think it's too much and really stupid, unless you really want it, like a TM100. You won't get one less than a few grand, £1,500. So if you do want one, be prepared to spend that sort of money. If you want one of these, prepare to spend 800 plus in fabulous condition. This is not in fabulous condition. None of these 5 here are. And you've got marks everywhere, scratched. They're all heavily used. The guy used it, scratch marks on the glass. But they all work. So I'll give you some context. So I looked at Casios. I'll pop this one because at the bottom of a Casio eBay listing it would come up new listing. And if you look at the heart, like the save button, no one pressed the heart button. So I knew it was a new listing. And it was up really cheap for auction as well. Anyway, as I was looking at it, I went and looked at if he had any other Casios for sale, or if this is a reseller, or if it's personal stuff. Up popped another one. And a few minutes later, up popped another one. So 5 popped up, all within the space of an hour. So I was going to hit the buy it now button because he had an auction and a buy it now, and they were cheap enough for me to buy as a buy it now. And by the way, and they all come with straps. So these are the original straps for them as well. I just took them off because I had to change the batteries. And yeah, they go like that. Anyway, yeah, so up come 5. And I thought to myself, I wanted to buy 2. So it was this one. Yeah, it was these 2 here I wanted to buy. Was it this one? Yeah, one was in good condition. And if I hit buy it now, so I was thinking about messaging the guy, would he happy to sell them all to me at a discounted rate? So messaging back and forth, we came to an agreement. So he said to me, yeah, okay, if you make an offer for all of these, I can buy it. So I managed to buy them all 5 all together. So he sent them and they arrived just yesterday morning. By the way, when I was looking at the job lots, when they each were listed, none of them were displaying anything because they had no batteries in them. But he assured me they were working. So, I mean, I was going to say I took a risk buying them because it may not have worked, but it's not the case. I know they would have worked. And if they wouldn't, I'm sure the guy would have sorted something out, or I could have returned them, or whatever the situation. So you had that backup there. Anyway, they arrived yesterday. I took the straps off. The straps were in quite good condition. And I changed the battery, and they all worked. All the alarm work as well. And so if you don't know what these are Casio's first game watches. They first released them in early 80s, so 1982. So I found a catalogue, 1982 catalogue, and in were these, the CMD10, CMD30. Yeah, CMD10, CMD30. It didn't have a 20 and it didn't have the 40. The 40, they made 4 versions. So this is a GM10. They've got a GM20, which is the chrome one, a GM30, which is one of these. This one here, I think. Is it this one? Yeah, that one there. And the difference is the game function on it. One's a battleship, one's like a spaceship type thing. And the other one, the GM40, which is the pyramid one. So it's got a pyramid game. So they had 4 of them. Now, you got to understand, Casio, when they first brought these watches out, digital watches was just coming in properly. Never mind having a game built in, alarm feature, all them sort of features. This was like, it's like for us how the iPhone was when it first came out. It was revolutionary. It was great touchscreen, great graphics, great camera. It was brilliant. That's what it was like when these first came out. It was revolutionary. So Casio brought 4 versions out, and these were the ones. Now, that's almost, what, 42 years ago. Jesus Christ. And they are super, super rare, especially this one. I've been wanting one of these for a long, long time. I just haven't seen any for sale. And what makes it rare is, so like all of that, this one, and this one, here is a resin case all around. But this part here is aluminium and it's made out of metal. Now, a lot of these are very heavily used. The guy used them, and if you see, let me zoom in a bit for you. You see the scratch marks on here, all the way around. It's because they were heavily being used. Yeah, so, I mean, I bought these at a good price. I think, well, I know actually, just the module, which is the inside LCD, you know, the module part, the computer part, that's worth what I paid for them on its own. And if you could find a brand new stock cases for these, God, you have struck gold, because they're worth an absolute bomb if they're in mint condition. I mean, they're worth quite a bit now. It's more than I paid for them. And the watch itself feels very solid. So you've got this very solid, very well made clip back, is stainless steel back. And this is resin, and this is an aluminium case. And it feels very solid, feels well made, like bulletproof. Do you know what I mean? That's what it feels like. Let me go through some of the functions for you. So, this is the time mode. Here's your seconds. Here is your mode, what you want to be in. And you've got an alarm mode, which is here. If I press this, that's what it sounds like. And this is your stopwatch. For some odd reason, unless I got a brain freeze, what is the CHR? Because this is a stopwatch. Anyone know what that is? Unless I've got brain fog, I've been racking my brains for the last little while. CHR. Unless I'm just being stupid. I just do not know what that means. This one's got light on it as well. So let me go back. This is the game mode. And basically what you got here is little battleship, or spaceship, should I say. And you just got to dodge the bullets and fire back by just going up and down. And to be honest with you, I've not played it. But if you see a little demo here, and I'm out. Scored 8, I think. Yeah, and that's the time mode, and here is the light. See the light? And very unusually, like Casio lights are normally here or here, but this one, on all of these, the light is just offset off this on top here. Very strange. But don't forget, this is new stuff. So they were just getting into technology. They were just trying out new stuff. And this is what they came out with, 4 models. So they've got this one here. The other one is this model, the CND 30, sorry. CND GM. Out of all of them, this is probably the better condition one. Again, alarm, and you've got this mode here. I have no idea what that is. And the buttons are really, they're pretty good, the buttons, but some of them are a little bit stiff, like this one here, for example. Little light there. Oh yeah, on one of them I did notice a little crack. Look, let me show you. See a little crack there. Let me just zoom in. There. See it? It's a shame, but do you know what? I bought these so cheap, I think, and they are really rare. And I don't really I'll be collecting for years. This is my first GM models that I've found. I mean, there's plenty on there. Well, I mean plenty. I mean a handful. But a lot of them either are really high priced, like 800, 900, 1,000, 1,250. There's one of these at the moment for 1,250. I wouldn't spend that sort of money. Some for 600, but in a terrible, terrible condition. So the condition is really bad on them, and they're still asking for £500-600. Or if they're in mint condition, they're asking for an extortion amount of money, really expensive, unless you're lucky enough to win some at an auction. But you know, but listen, these are pretty good. I mean, what's going to come up soon, and I know it is I'm going to come across some brand new cases or really good condition cases at a good price, and they're the ones I'm going to snap up, take the module out of here, swap it over, and you got yourself some excellent condition models. So these are the ones Casio brought out in the early 80s, and as time went on, just a few years, they came out with these sort of game watches, which the whole screen is a game. And when I was in school, early 80s, mid 80s, like junior school, I remember the kids having these watches. And if you lived through that era when you were a child and you actually see these games on a wrist for the first time, you instantly fell in love with them because they were a gadget, they were something new, and because you played with them. I didn't have one personally, but I remember a kid in my school would let me borrow it for an entire day, wear it and play with it for an entire day, and then hand it back. And because I only played with it now and again, it meant more to me because it wasn't an overkill because I had it and I played with it 24/7. I only played it with it just on break times in the school. So what I was getting at is, if you lived through that era where you saw the first game watches, you will have a different feeling, a different emotion to them, and you will want them even more because they mean something to you. If you're just a collector and you're just collecting them and you never lived through that era, you're collecting them because they're collectible and you maybe like the look of them. But it's a different story when you have a sentimental feeling and you know it means something more to you because you remember that as a child. That's a different feeling, and it just means more for you to have one. So buying a game watch like this in good condition is pretty rare, and it will set you back a few pretty penny. But to get one in its original box with instructions and the original receipt when the person first bought it, it is absolutely gold. I mean, this is the first one I've come across in its box in really good condition with the instructions. Bloody hell. Absolutely amazing. Just absolutely amazing. This is the only one I have that's in its box. The only little thing is this here, that little, you know, the packaging part. But the box is pretty cool. I mean, it's a bit of bentness here, but bloody hell, this is coming up to 40 years old. What do you expect? I mean, it's madness. But you know, having a box, by the way, with a watch like this, especially a game watch, it's super, super rare, and it really makes the price skyrocket because of the box. So you got to understand, the only person who got this in the 80s, or not adults, were kids. because it was a kiddie watch, it's a game watch. No adult will wear a watch like this. They will nowadays, but back then you just wouldn't. So any child that got this as a gift, the box would just go in the bin, throw it away, forget about it. That's why the boxes for these are very, very rare indeed. I mean, it's different if you got a box with one of these, for example, because it's more of an adult's watch, and an adult will look after the packaging more than a child would. So you would keep the box for this, and I do have lots of boxes for these, and I have come across a lot of boxes, but you'd be very lucky to find a box for a game watch. It's super rare. Lots and lots of collectors haven't even seen a box for a game watch. So when I show them the box, they're like mesmerised. I think, oh my God, that's what the box looked like. There's no pictures online either. And do you know the funny thing is, when I bought this watch a long time ago, I won it on eBay auction. The woman that I bought it off, I presume is a woman, I just got the impression she was a lady. She didn't say she had a box with it. It turned up with the box. The picture she took was just of the watch itself. No one knew it came with a box. Astonishing, absolutely astonishing. Yeah, so that's that one there. That one is the football GS12. This one is the game watch what is it? GD8. Let me just if you want to know, I'll show you quickly. So there's the time mode on the bottom there. Here's your alarm. Here's the game. And you're basically going through the screen. And that's it. Another one of these is this one here. Look how beautiful condition this is. Absolutely stunning. I only got this the other day. Oh, well, the other day, probably last month I got this. I found this in Australia from a collector. And it's a bloody amazing condition. And I could have got this cheaper, but I could have put an offer in, but it was so cheap, I think, as it is. And when these are in good condition like this, they just snap up. Collectors want them because they're beautiful condition. And sometimes collectors don't really care about the price, as long as it's within reason. I'm not saying you're charging thousands of pounds. That's ridiculous. But yeah, if they're in a good condition. By the way, so yeah, so if they're in good condition, I always snap them up. I was featured on the channel the other day, this watch here. Now this came out in 1981-82. This has a little game feature on it as well. I did a video, I think it was a few videos back, or the last video. Yeah, and this had a game feature. So they were just right at the infancy. Do you know I said to you these are like kiddie watches because the kids had it? I think when these come out, these were adult watches. Because doesn't look like kiddie watches. To me, this looked like an adult will wear these. I like to source or find someone that could refurbish like these cases. Because it's a shame, because you never, I mean, they're super rare now. For me to find new cases for these, it's going to be really hard, especially this one. See, this is glass, so you can't polish it, and you've got to see the scratch marks on here. But I like them. No, I don't like them. I absolutely love them. Let me show you. So, did I show you all of them? So that's one of the CM10. This is another CM10. I'll show you this one here. So the same watch. CM10. They also brought out the chrome version of this as well. So if you ever found a really good chrome body, like in pristine condition, but it's not working or the screen's broke or for whatever reason, you could take the module out of this, because the module is perfect, and stick it in there, and you got yourself an amazing watch. That's why they're always worth keeping. Although I'm not going to keep all of these, I'm going to sell some. I'll probably keep this one and the CMD30. Yeah, and the 30, the difference is battleships. Yeah, pretty cool. I like them. They are very, very nice. And they're all Japan as well. And they all come with the straps as well. So let me find the strap, show you what it looks like with that pin on it. Ding, ding, ding. So with a strap, it looks like this. La 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 dee dee. Yeah, there we are. I'll put it against this one here as well. And it suits it because you've got black against the black part as well. And do you know what else I like about these? Is I really love what they've done here, the attention to detail. Why did Casio have to go to the expense and have two, what are they called? Two moulds, one for the plastic, another one, this aluminium to be machined. They didn't have to do that at all, but they did it because they care. And all that has paid off because look at this down the line, 40 plus years down the line, and that's me and you collecting these watches, talking about Casio still, making the brand alive, keeping the value of watches up, because it's collectors like me and you that are pushing the price of these up because the demand is there. And yeah, well, thanks to eBay as well, because if it wasn't for eBay, where on earth would we find these watches? You just wouldn't, would you? Yeah, absolutely love them. Anyway, not much to say anything else. This is it, I think. If you enjoyed this video, put a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you.